If your feet tingle at night, if your hands feel numb for no clear reason, or if you feel burning, stabbing, or electric pain no one can fully explain, what I'm about to reveal will change how you understand what's happening to your body. Because the real cause isn't what most doctors are telling you, and if you don't address it now, the damage may become permanent. I'm Dr. Megan Foster. I've spent 24 years in surgical practice, and I've treated thousands of seniors suffering from nerve pain, numbness, burning feet, and balance problems. Many were told nothing could be done. That's rarely true. The problem is they were looking in the wrong place. Here's what you need to understand right now. Neuropathy doesn't suddenly appear one day. Nerve damage builds quietly over years, long before you feel pain, numbness, or burning. And yet most people are told it's age, it's genetics, it's inevitable. In the majority of cases, none of that is true. The real issue is ongoing exposure to something damaging your nerves every single day, and you probably don't even know it's happening. Let me tell you about Frank. John was 64, recently retired, still fairly active. But his feet burned at night. His toes felt numb during the day. Sometimes sharp, electric pains shot through his legs without warning. He was told it was probably aging, maybe circulation, maybe just one of those things. But when we looked deeper, we found something else. A daily exposure he thought was completely harmless was slowly poisoning his nerves. When we removed it, the damage didn't reverse overnight, but it stopped getting worse. And that changed everything for him. So, what was that poison? I'll tell you in just a moment. But first, if calm, clear medical explanations like this are helpful to you, subscribing to the channel would be much appreciated. Moreover, many people have been asking me why they feel like they're aging faster, even when their test results look norma. And for that, I have created a detailed guide called the Longevity Foundation Guide that explains what actually drives aging after 55 and how you can counter it. It's linked in the description and the comment below. Make sure to check it out. Now, back to your nerves. By the end of this video, you're going to understand the single most damaging exposure affecting senior nerves today, why you don't need diabetes to develop nerve damage, why tingling and numbness are warnings, not verdicts, and what actually helps stop neuropathy from progressing. This isn't about managing pain. This is about preserving balance, mobility, and independence. Let me ask you something important. Have you experienced tingling, numbness, or burning in your hands or feet? And were you aware that blood sugar can damage nerves even if you don't have diabetes? That's where most people get blindsided. They think if they don't have diabetes, blood sugar isn't their problem. That assumption is destroying nerves in millions of seniors right now. The worst poison attacking senior nerves today isn't industrial chemicals. It's not rare toxins. It's not even alcohol alone. The most damaging exposure is chronic blood sugar toxicity. And this is absolutely critical to understand. You do not need diabetes for blood sugar to destroy your nerves. You only need repeated spikes. Millions of seniors experience these spikes every day without realizing it. No diagnosis, no warning, just slow, progressive nerve destruction. How does this happen? When blood sugar rises repeatedly, several devastating things occur in your body. Sugar binds to nerve fibers directly. The tiny blood vessels that feed your nerves become damaged. Inflammation and oxidative stress increase throughout your nervous system. The protective nerve coating, called myelin, starts breaking down. Over time, your nerves begin to misfire. That's when symptoms start: tingling, numbness, burning, pain, loss of balance. Neuropathy doesn't come out of nowhere. It builds silently year after year. Many people tell me, but Dr. Foster, I don't have diabetes. And that's often exactly where nerve damage begins. Studies now show that pre-diabetes causes nerve damage nearly as often as full diabetes. The difference? Most people with pre-diabetes don't even know they have it. They're walking around with borderline high blood sugar, and their nerves are deteriorating month by month. So where is this poison hiding in your daily life? Let me show you the three most common sources. Source number one is liquid sugar. Juice, smoothies, sweetened drinks, even the so-called healthy ones. There's no fiber to slow absorption. The sugar hits your bloodstream fast. Sharp spikes, direct nerve damage. Source number two is refined carbohydrates eaten alone. Bread, cereal, rice, crackers, pasta consumed without protein or fat. Easy digestion often means rapid sugar release into your blood. Source number three is constant snacking. When insulin stays elevated all day long, your nerves never get a recovery window. The damage compounds. But there's something else most people miss entirely. Some medications quietly worsen nerve damage by depleting critical nutrients, especially vitamin B12. B12 is essential for maintaining the insulation around your nerves. I've seen patients like Susan. She had numb feet for years. Everyone blamed aging. But when we tested her, we found severe B12 deficiency caused by long-term medication use. Once we corrected it, her nerve damage stopped progressing. It didn't reverse, but it stabilized, and that matters enormously. Now, if you're finding this information valuable, take a second to leave a comment below. Just type the word nerves so I know this kind of deep medical explanation is helping you make better decisions about your health. The algorithm will show this to more people who need it. Let me give you the single most important rule I teach every senior with neuropathy. Never eat carbohydrates alone. Carbohydrates by themselves spike blood sugar. Those spikes inflame nerves. But when carbs are eaten with protein or healthy fat, absorption slows dramatically. Same food. Completely different outcome for your nerves. Let me show you what this looks like in real life. James was 74 when he came to me. Burning feet at night. Unsteady legs by afternoon. Every morning he drank a fruit smoothie, banana, mango, juice, yogurt. He thought he was being healthy. We removed the smoothie. We added eggs and vegetables in the morning. We moved fruit to after meals only. Within weeks, less burning. Better balance. More stable energy throughout the day. Nothing magical happened. We simply stopped poisoning his nerves with sugar spikes. So what actually helps nerves stabilize? First, eliminate liquid sugar completely. No juice, no sweetened drinks, no smoothies unless they're built correctly with protein and fat. Second, pair every carbohydrate with protein or healthy fat. Never eat bread, rice, pasta, or crackers alone. Third, eat fruit only after meals, never on an empty stomach. Fourth, walk for just 10 minutes after eating. This simple habit helps clear sugar from your blood before it damages nerves. Fifth, check your B12 levels if symptoms persist, especially if you take medications long term. These steps don't cure neuropathy, let me be very clear about that, but they slow or stop progression. And when we're talking about nerves, stopping progression protects your independence. It protects your balance. It protects your ability to walk, to drive, to live without fear of falling. Here's what most doctors won't tell you. Neuropathy is not just about pain. It's about balance and falls and mobility and independence. Tingling and numbness are early warnings, not final outcomes. Your body is telling you something is wrong. If you act now, while the warning is still quiet, you can prevent severe disability later. Let me tell you about Margaret. Margaret ignored tingling in her feet for 3 years. She thought it was just getting older. By the time she came to me, she'd already fallen twice. Her balance was compromised. Her confidence was shattered. We stabilized her blood sugar, we corrected her nutrient deficiencies, but we couldn't restore the nerve function she'd already lost. If she'd acted when the tingling started, her story would be completely different. Don't wait for neuropathy to steal your independence. The poison is operating right now. Every spike matters. Every meal matters. Your nerves are either healing or deteriorating with every choice you make. Now, many of you are probably wondering, what about supplements? What about alpha lipoic acid or benfotiamine or acetyl L-carnitine? These can help, but they're secondary. If you're still poisoning your nerves with blood sugar spikes every day, no supplement will save you. Fix the foundation first, stop the poison. Then consider targeted nutrients to support nerve repair. What about nerve pain medications? Gabapentin, pregabalin, duloxetine. These medications can reduce pain signals. They don't stop nerve damage. They don't address the underlying cause. They have side effects: dizziness, confusion, weight gain, falls. For some people, they're necessary, but they should never be the only strategy. You must address why your nerves are being damaged in the first place. Let me share something that surprises most people. Your nerves can recover, but only to a point. Early damage is often reversible if you remove the poison quickly enough. Advanced damage is not. There's a window. That window is open right now for many of you watching this. Once it closes, you're managing symptoms for life instead of preventing progression. So, how do you know if you're in that window? Simple. If you have tingling, numbness, or early burning without significant balance problems or frequent falls, you're likely still in the reversible stage. This is your moment. This is when action matters most. Let's talk about testing. If you suspect neuropathy or prediabetes, what should you ask your doctor for? First, hemoglobin A1C. This shows your average blood sugar over 3 months. Second, fasting glucose. Third, vitamin B12 and methylmalonic acid. Fourth, if those are normal but symptoms persist, ask about a nerve conduction study. These tests reveal damage before it becomes obvious. But here's what's even more important than testing: start protecting your nerves today. You don't need a diagnosis to stop eating carbohydrates alone. You don't need permission to walk after meals. You don't need a prescription to eliminate liquid sugar. These actions protect your nerves, whether you have neuropathy now or you're trying to prevent it. I want to address something I hear constantly. People tell me, Dr. Foster, I've tried everything and nothing works. When I dig deeper, here's what I usually find: they tried one thing for 2 weeks, or they changed their diet but kept drinking juice, or they took supplements but never addressed blood sugar spikes. Partial solutions produce partial results. You need a comprehensive approach. Remove the poison. Support nerve health. Give it time. Nerves heal slowly. Improvements take months, not days. Let me give you a framework you can start using immediately. For the next 30 days, follow these 5 rules without exception. Rule 1: no liquid calories. Water, black coffee, unsweetened tea only. Rule 2: eat protein with every meal and snack. Rule 3: walk 10 minutes after breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Rule 4: stop eating 3 hours before bed. Rule 5: check your feet daily for cuts, wounds, or changes. If you're experiencing neuropathy, you may not feel injuries that can become serious. After 30 days, evaluate. Are your symptoms better, worse, or the same? Better means you've found the right path. Keep going. Same means you need to dig deeper. Check B12. Rule out other causes. Consider testing for autoimmune conditions or heavy metal exposure. Worse means something else is wrong. See a neurologist. Let's talk about what happens if you do nothing. Untreated neuropathy progresses predictably. Stage 1 is tingling and occasional numbness. Stage 2 is constant numbness and burning pain. Stage 3 is loss of protective sensation. You can't feel cuts, pressure, or temperature changes. Stage 4 is balance problems and falls. Stage 5 is disability. Every stage makes the next stage more likely. Early intervention changes the trajectory completely. I've been treating nerve damage for over 2 decades. The patterns are clear. People who act early usually stabilize or improve. People who wait often end up on multiple medications with declining function. The difference isn't luck, it's timing and action. One more thing about blood sugar that most people don't understand: post meal spikes matter more than fasting levels. You can have normal fasting glucose and still damage nerves with high post meal spikes. That's why pairing carbs with protein is so critical. It's why walking after meals helps. It's why eliminating liquid sugar is non negotiable. If you're still with me, you're clearly serious about protecting your nerves. I respect that. So let me give you one advanced strategy that can accelerate results. Time restricted eating. This means consuming all your food within a 10 to 12-hour window each day. For example, eating between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m., then fasting until 8 a.m. the next morning. This gives your body extended periods of low insulin. Your nerves get time to recover. Studies show this approach can improve neuropathy symptoms even without weight loss. Now, let me address a question I get constantly. What about genetic neuropathy? Some neuropathies are genetic. Charcot-Marie-Tooth disease, for example. These are rare. They account for less than 5% of neuropathy cases in seniors. The vast majority of neuropathy is metabolic, toxic, or nutritional. It's preventable and often reversible if caught early. What about alcohol? Alcohol is neurotoxic. It damages nerves directly. It depletes B vitamins. It raises blood sugar. If you have neuropathy and you're drinking regularly, stopping alcohol should be your first move. I have seen neuropathy improve dramatically just from eliminating alcohol, even when nothing else changed. Let me tell you about Robert. Robert came to me with severe burning in both feet. He couldn't sleep. He'd been drinking 2 glasses of wine every night for 20 years. We ran labs. His B vitamins were depleted. His blood sugar was borderline high. We stopped the alcohol. We supplemented B vitamins. We cleaned up his diet. Within 3 months, his burning decreased by 70%. He told me he wished he'd known this information a decade earlier. Here's what I want you to remember from this entire video. Your nerves are under attack right now from blood sugar spikes you may not even know you're having. You don't need diabetes to have this problem. Tingling and numbness are warnings, not life sentences. The choices you make today determine whether your neuropathy progresses or stabilizes. Stopping the poison is more important than any supplement or medication. If this explanation helped you understand what's really happening in your body, I'd love for you to subscribe to this channel. This is what we do here. We take complex medical issues and explain them clearly so you can make informed decisions. And if you want to go deeper into what actually drives aging after 55, grab the Longevity Foundation Guide linked in the description below. Think of it as the foundation most people never receive. I'll see you in the next video. Protect your nerves. They're protecting you.